You're very welcome to Bealtaine Cottage here in the west of Ireland. I'm waiting for the storm. It's beginning to roll in. It's Storm Kathleen, and it's been building up out there in the Atlantic Ocean for a couple of days, a little bit more maybe. This is going to be one of the fiercest storms ever to hit Ireland, according to the meteorologists. Now, what I want to talk with you today, I want to talk about something incredibly important, which has been in the making for a very long time, and it is the solar eclipse on Monday. So we're less than 48 hours away from the solar eclipse. And there are some stormy times ahead. As we transition out from the age of Pisces, we are entering the age of Aquarius. And well, let me explain a little bit of this to you. Let me talk to you about this. Woo! It is cold. So what's happening is that we are transitioning out of the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And you've probably heard so much about the age of Aquarius because it's been talked about and even, sung about for the past, well, for much of my lifetime, actually. So it's a very interesting time. And the one word which sums up the age of Aquarius is change. So it transpires that not only is the solar eclipse of great significance worldwide, but it also appears to herald the transitioning time and the end, or towards the end of the transition from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. And the one word that would sum up the age of Aquarius is change. Change can be very frightening, can't it? This transition has been happening for all of my life. Well, definitely since I was a very young teenager. And I don't know if any of you remember the musical Hair. It's now part of the sort of mythology, if you like, of the 60s and 70s. But they sung about the age of Aquarius. Very famous song, The Dawning of the Age of Aquarius. So that's been with me for all of my life, and I've thought about it and researched it, read lots and lots about it. But most interestingly, I have felt it. I have felt the change. And when you look at what Aquarius is represented with on the astrology wheel, it is the pouring of water, that change, the water that cleanses and the water that changes everything. So it's not of any great coincidence, because I don't believe in coincidences, that I discovered, I co-created a spring well here on this land. And that spring well has been flowing through the pond, along the stream, created a stream all of these years. So, with the solar eclipse on Monday, there is a heralding, a bringing in, a symbol of that incredible change. So, in Vedic astrology, that solar eclipse is in Pisces. It's in the 12th house of endings. But with each end comes, or should we say, as something ends and we go through the turmoil and sometimes the emotional turmoil of ending, many times the physical turmoil of ending, we come then to beginning. That is what I focus on. I am prepared to go through this change in order to get to the beginning. Let's talk about that a little bit more. So here we are. Here I am, waiting for Storm Kathleen to bluster her way in and create a path of chaos. But I've lived long enough, and I've certainly experienced enough here at Bealtaine Cottage to know that out of chaos comes change, and out of change comes new beginnings. When I began the Bealtaine project 20 years ago next month, not only did I embrace great change, I made great change happen. It was everything that I envisioned. And in many ways there were small periods of destruction before that, because I had to almost destroy my previous life. I had to walk away from so much in order to create the Bealtaine project. So the age of Aquarius is incoming and the age of Pisces is ending. And the one word that describes the age of Aquarius is change. I keep saying this, so people are so wary of change, almost frightened of change, but within that change I sense new beginnings. And we will have to pass through the turmoil of change to reach the future. And the solar eclipse, if you look back into history, it has created huge amounts of change. When Alexander the Great was in battle with the Persians, a solar eclipse happened at the time of the battle. And Alexander realised it was powerful and it heralded great change. The Persians saw it differently and they feared the eclipse. And there's a little lesson from history for us all within that. There is no point in fearing the future. If you fear the future, you're embedded in the past and you can't move forward. And we all know that things have to move forward quite drastically because of the state of things in these times. So we will have to pass through the turmoil of change to reach the future. We will have to let go of the age of Pisces. This is and has always been the way. To move forward, we have to let go. And so my advice, for what it's worth, is to hold tight and hunker down as the chaos clears the path ahead. The solar eclipse has always been about endings and beginnings. So here I am at Bealtaine Cottage, waiting for Storm Kathleen. She's out there in the Atlantic, pushing her way in, perhaps to create devastation. I don't know. I love my trees. I hope that everything will be well. But I also acknowledge that there is chaos. There is uncertainty. There is uncertainty with every storm, with each and every storm. But this one coming so close to the solar eclipse, and the solar eclipse being so near in these times of sort of absolute chaos. Whether it be what's happening in Europe, what's happening in the US, what's happening. There was an earthquake this morning apparently in New Jersey. People in New York felt it. There was an earthquake in Taiwan. There was a threat of tsunami. People don't know what's happening with the royal family in Britain. No one's seen the children for months. You know, it's just like one slice of chaos after another, and it's all creating uncertainty and fear. But I say, once more, hold tight, hunker down as the chaos clears the path ahead. And blessings to you all. All will be well, because that's the nature of things. And just as a little addendum, you know, I've finished reading the Robert Harris trilogy about the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of empire, the beginning of the emperor. And that ended, of course, with the Senator Cicero, and the slaughter of Julius Caesar. Beware the Ides of March. And there was huge change happened there. And it transitioned into an empire. It was no longer a republic, it was an empire. And, you know, those on the edges of it all, the ordinary people, they just got on with things. That's what we do. We get on with things. On that note, I'm just going to leave you with these beautiful images as I walk through the woodland this morning. And I say blessings to you all. And if you've enjoyed this video, or if you've appreciated this video, shall I say, it would be wonderful if you press the like button and even subscribe. And if you are subscribed, check your subscription, because many people are telling me that they're not getting these videos through. And all my books that I write can be found over on the website, and the links to that is below this video and every other video. So as the sun casts a beautiful glow here in the garden, I say once more blessings to you all. Have a wonderful weekend and know what's ahead. Know what's ahead, and don't be frightened.